For years, the American dream followed a highly predictable script for skilled foreign nationals. You get accepted into a U.S. university, secure a job after graduation, land an H-1B visa, and eventually build your way toward permanent residency. Millions took this exact path. The U.S. economy relied heavily on this pipeline, specifically drawing from India. By 2024, Indian professionals accounted for roughly 71% of all approved H-1B petitions. But the exact talent pool that fueled this system for decades is now walking away from it. This data visualization shows a massive demographic reversal. 81% of Indian students now plan to return home after their studies. As the chart expands, border entry data backs this up, showing a staggering 62% drop in U.S. student visas issued compared to previous highs. This demographic is actively rejecting the traditional migration path. The basic mathematical reality of building a life in America has changed. The H-1B visa has always been the crucial bridge connecting an American degree to a long-term career in the States. Under current rules, if you lose your job while on an H-1B, you get a 60-day grace period. It is a vital safety net that gives laid-off workers time to find a new employer or change their immigration status. Now, the Department of Homeland Security has formally proposed a rule to eliminate that exact grace period. If this proposal goes into effect, a routine corporate layoff turns into an acute immigration crisis overnight. Removing this buffer strips away any time to pivot. High-skilled workers who have spent years paying taxes and building their lives in the U.S. would find themselves with nowhere to turn. The initial investment of migrating to the United States now carries a significantly higher risk of sudden deportation, making the choice to move much more dangerous. At the exact same time that maintaining status is getting harder, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is enforcing stricter bureaucratic standards on initial applications. Previously, if an application was missing a document or incomplete, the agency would issue a request for evidence, or RFE. It was a human-centric buffer that gave applicants a chance to fix minor mistakes. Since early August, USCIS officers have the authority to instantly deny certain applications without ever issuing an RFE. There is now zero margin for error in the paperwork. Compounding the stricter rules is a rising financial barrier. Starting in September, eligible H-1B petitions and certain extensions will carry an additional $4,000 fee. That extra cost lands squarely on the employer, making it drastically more expensive to hire or retain foreign talent. While this zero-tolerance paperwork and fee structure applies to all nationalities, Indian nationals feel the impact most heavily, simply because they make up the largest overall share of employment-based immigration. Between the bureaucratic hurdles and the hidden taxes, an immigrant worker shifts from being an attractive global asset to a high-risk, high-cost liability for American companies. Fewer student visas, instant bureaucratic denials, expensive new employer fees, and the constant threat of immediate deportation upon job loss do not exist in isolation. Taken together, these changes show the new reality. The accumulating factors of strict enforcement, high costs, and heavy bureaucracy severely compound, outright breaking the traditional risk-reward calculation of migrating. Historically, the main question for a highly skilled Indian professional was simply, how do I get a U.S. visa? Today, the question is the U.S. still worth the risk? This evolving reality is actively driving away the precise demographic of engineers, researchers, and innovators that built America's modern tech and corporate ecosystem over the last few decades. Through this accumulation of bureaucratic shifts, the U.S. is rewriting the entry requirements for its most consistent source of highly skilled labor. By increasing costs and removing basic safety nets, the system is turning what was once a reliable career path into a significantly more expensive and precarious gamble for the global talent that filled its corporate ranks for years.